Hey ladies and gentlemen, today I got a new video today. Look, I have my eye. You know what this eye represents today? Antifa. Antifa. It seems like it's working, but it's not working. Antifa. They finally caught up to them because it seems there was a teacher in a school teaching kids how to be Antifa. Shocking discovery video reveals Antifa high school teacher admitting to indoctrinating students. Parents, you have to be very freaking aware. Now we have cameras sometimes in the school, but not enough because Project Veritas, I believe, had to do some ninja tactic and make the guy confess. This gangster dude with a gangster communism tattooed on his chest, and you want to let him go into the school and you didn't realize that? He put the flag that and you didn't realize that? Ah man, come on man, you're not that special teacher, because if you're that special, why would I let a special person teach my kids such, I don't know, it just surprises me.
I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries.
How do you do that? How do you
Scare the fuck out of them.
Meet Gabriel Geit. He's a public school teacher paid for by taxpayer dollars at Intercom High School in Sacramento, California. Geit, who teaches advanced placement government classes, is not shy about his involvement in Antifa's local chapter. He even has an Antifa flag and a poster of Mao Zedong in his classroom.
So, it's like, my wife and I have been political organizers. I've been organizing since I was 13.
Wow.
And I've been in a ton of different organizations. And I've been on the front lines, and I've taken a step back and gone back and forth. And my wife is the same way.
This brings actually a very interesting point. Once they're in that mentality, they can't get out. I actually saw a video, very interesting, a very long time ago. Look at this.
The people who graduated in the 60s or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The result you can see. Most of the people who graduated in the 60s, dropouts or half-baked intellectuals, are now occupying the positions of power in the government, civil service, business, mass media, educational system. You are stuck with them. You cannot get rid of them. They are contaminated. They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind, even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black. You still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior.
This is from a dude from ex-KGB style that is telling that they don't spy. 15% of their people do spy stuff. The other 85% is all about active information dissolution. I didn't realize information was this powerful. And I'm surprised that this guy is in a position of power doing exactly what was done to him when he was little. People, you have to be very careful. We've recorded ladies doing gangster stuff. We've recorded cops doing gangster stuff. Even men to prove they are really beating women and everything. Recording is actually good. So the fact that they want to record teachers and they're going to be like, no. I'm like, no, why not? Why can't we have a basic rule how you have to treat kids? The most valuable things in society, why can't we be overprotective about it? Are you freaking kidding me?
Is there a local Antifa or chapter?
Yes, yeah. The Sacramento organization that is under the banner of Antifa is very loosely organized, right? And like we have no official member list, right? So that when there is right-wing rallies and stuff, then we'll create an opposition to that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So and Sacramento, as a city itself is incredibly diverse, but we're surrounded by a bunch of right-wing rednecks. And then the other really big organization in our area that if you're looking to get involved is NorCal Resist. NorCal Resist does direct outreach for undocumented folks.
I cannot believe they are reaching out to undocumented people to make them even more aggressive. It's like, hey man, I can help you. We will vouch you. We will give you this community and the support. What people that are kind of lost are going to look for. And then they're going to get it. I think this is so toxic. This is really toxic.
They help them with like material support as well as legal aid and support with the help of the National Lawyers Guild. So they work in tandem with each other. So that's why I do like political efficacy events, because I want to get them out in the community. I want to get them familiar with organizations that are doing work, what type of work they're doing, how they can be involved, where their passion is, and what they can contribute. Because it's like every single one of us can do something. I'm not asking you to all be on the front lines, but I am asking you to be involved. And it is so much more than just sharing a tweet or posting on Instagram.
Yeah, but the weird thing about this, you're also telling them you have to be freaking afraid. You scare them into doing something. And if they don't feel comfortable with the flag, it's like, oh, well, who are you aligned to? But guess what? Now he fears for his life.
Say thank you to every past student and colleague and friend who's reaching out right now in support of what is happening. My personal safety and security is obviously my top concern at this moment, but also like they are coming for my job and what I love doing in the classroom, and they are going to run this campaign and get public pressure behind them, and it is very likely that the district will cave in regards to this, and I'm hopeful that they don't, and all support at this moment is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Well, if you are afraid now, maybe you should think about the things that you're aligning to, right?
This is meant to make fascists feel uncomfortable, so if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, maybe you shouldn't be aligning with the values that this is antithetical to. So.
In an undercover interview with Project Veritas, reporter Guy revealed the intention is to radicalize students with Marxist ideas, giving extra credits to students that go to protests and community events. Does that make any sense? Guy revealed that he indexes students' political standings throughout the year and watches as the class inches further to the left. So they take an ideology quiz and put the results in the classroom wall. So you put them on the wall so everybody can see how you think. So if you don't agree, everybody's gonna point you out. Every year, they go further and further to the left. I'm like, these ideologies are considered extreme, right? Extreme times breed extreme ideology, right? There is a reason why Generation Z, these kids, are becoming further and further left. If that is true, and you are going further left, why don't you create your own freaking babies and make them further left? Why? It surprises me. I'm so glad they recorded him. Students stated on an end of the year questionnaire that the Antifa flag in the Gype classroom made him uncomfortable. Where are the freaking teacher? I have the Antifa flag in my classroom wall and the students complained about that. Well, Antifa flag is meant to make fascists feel uncomfortable. So if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. You have no companies that try to put the mask on people because they were like totally about masking and they didn't agree. Specific right-wingers because they want their freedom. Antifa came there. What? Put your mask on. Listen to the company. Isn't Antifa anti-company? I don't get it. It's like these people, they don't fight for Antifa at all. They just want to be angry. If these people were like back in the day, like Swartz and everything, they would have nothing because they would be useless. Most of them don't have even a normal life, but they try to find a reason to justify, and good for them. But the moment that you just want to burn the world just to get some gratification that you did something, I think that's a problem. If society failed them, it would not surprise me. But what they're doing, trying to include kids, that's when I have a problem with that. And I'm so happy they try to stop him. I'm not calling to do any physical harm to this man, but I do believe the school should have taken action before that. A long time before. The fact that he was white, they could have fired him even before and just say, hey, BLM, I don't know. But come on, people. What can we do now to root out the culture that keeps perpetuating hyper-individualism, hyper-competitive, capitalist exploitation, and consolidation of wealth? I do think that it is important to understand that as an extension of economic revolution, the Chinese Communist Party were changing the base. And then they went to change the superstructure. Yes, look at them now. You can't even say something bad, they already start beating you up. And that's the thing that I hate about Antifa. You open your mouth, you take specific power, try to change something, and who gets the power in the end? The freaking government. And once the government has the power and they can actually do what they want to do, Antifa starts beating me up because the government tells Antifa, I can't do what you want me to do because those are the bad people. And that's why Antifa starts beating the most random people. So instead of being anti-company and capitalism and everything, you are becoming super capitalistic. But you're so poor and dumb, you don't even know what the freak you're doing. It just surprises me. Look at these mother and daddies, how angry they're getting.
The principal, the vice principal, and the board has to go. I've heard that there's 2 other teachers teaching this evil in our schools. There are 3 teachers. That's evil. Little innocent children sitting here that I see, I look in their faces. They are pure innocence, pure love.
In the video of Project Verity, he even admits one part there are like 3 people that think the same as him.
And these evil people are putting stuff into them. Okay, this has got to stop. There is no excuse for communism on American soil.
There were so many red flags. The man had an Antifa flag behind his desk. He had Chairman Mao in the corner. Are you kidding me? I hold administrators at that school. I hold the person at Harvard. I was a correctional officer. I retired from there. They went all the way back to my junior high school. How far did you guys go back? All you needed to look at is what is social community or clubs he belonged to.
Not only does his termination need to be taken effective immediately, but I believe a criminal investigation needs to happen immediately. Where was the superintendent? Where was the rest of the district? Where were you? You know, he was fired today. Why wasn't he fired a year ago? Why wasn't he fired 2 years ago? Why did this go on for so long? Why are you only doing anything about it now? Because you got caught.
I was born in Venezuela, and while I have been here in the United States for many years, my family, my father's side, is still there. So what I hear is second and third hand information. I do not want this place and this educational system to become Venezuela.
Means that in 2 weeks, in 13 days, he was allowed to change my daughter's mind about some fascist crap that y'all have let in this school. I'm tired. This is ridiculous. I'm from Texas. So this don't go on in Texas.
And actually the school board tried to run away. They were like, whoa, this is too hot and heavy for us.
Madam Chair, I'm going to motion for another recess.
Second.
Second the motion.
Is there prior unanimous roll call without objection?
You feel uncomfortable yet?
I think it proves my point. This teacher think they have so much power, they can decide everything on my child. And hey, I don't mind that. Teach them English, teach them Spanish, teach them maths, teach them everything. I want them to have valuable information. So whenever they get into power, like this Antifa dude in school, government and those stuff, I want them to be right. This video that I showed you, maybe I'll just dissect it in one of my videos, but he's talking about you need to change these people over time. So because if you change them young, they will stick to that mentality that even if you provide the right information, you can't change them. And these mentalities go into a government power and they just start passing all these weird laws. Do you remember I keep saying, how do they keep passing these weird laws? It doesn't make any sense. Now you know, because they change them at a specific age, so then when they're in power and they don't have family values, they start thinking about how everybody has to think. You can't have your own identity. Like, oh my God, my mom did give me enough love, so we need to group everybody together because that's how I feel. Even people that don't agree with you. And that's what I find surprising. I keep telling people things happen in a weird way at school, and they tell me, well, it's your job as a parent. Okay, I'm doing that. And now I find this. Do I have the right to change my kids and tell them, no, we're going to homeschool? Because some people say that's racist. Why do you want? You're removing jobs from the teacher. What are you doing? You don't trust us? What the heck is happening? I'm like, well, you're teaching him the right stuff. No, it is the right stuff. No. You didn't teach him that. But the way the guy made the video on Twitter, like, oh man, I feel like my life is in danger, and he was afraid. It was, what? You are afraid? What about the kids complaining about the flag? Woo! Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the freaking bell, and just stay in touch, bruh.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, turloqueta, verdeta, welcome. Tem vida mi a tua iniciativa, padrei ku indica, e também que sum sativa. Te ainda no que acepta ku eta medicina, Bob di nang di eta causa rebeldia. Cooking, ainda saki mi kemen.